The Dan Brady and Lewey Show, featuring Ryan,
not Louis.
New Orleans to New York.
I hope you didn't press play because this is really bad.
Another day with only one entry for the podcast. We're too busy walking. We walked 21 kilometers today.
Some of those are museum Ks. And museum Ks are brutal because you're not necessarily walking, but you're standing and looking at things and reading stuff. Yeah.
So we started off the day. We went and grabbed the car. We had to get an early start because the car had to be moved at 7 a.m. So we got up, got moving, moved the car.
It had to be moved by us at 7 a.m. or else it was moved by the tow truck.
And then, so we got that. We parked at a Walmart for $20 for 12 hours. It's not too bad.
Yep.
And then we started walked down to all the monuments in Washington. So we saw the Capitol Building, the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, the reflection pools,
Korean War Memorial, the DC War Memorial,
World War II.
Then we went up to the White House.
I went to the White House. They had an Easter egg rolling competition.
We kind of went up to the White House.
We got close-ish.
We got around the back of the White House, but we couldn't go towards the front.
Backstage pass.
Squirrel was there.
Squirrel made it on.
I was waiting for the heavily armed Secret Service to just light it up.
Oh, really? Yeah. You don't know that Squirrel's not remote controlled.
I don't know. They could have got him. They had guys on the roof, everything. Like a movie.
It was like a movie, yeah.
I think we saw Marine One. Well, I guess not Marine One if the president wasn't in there, but
one of the president's
presidential helicopters.
And then we're condensing this quite a bit. This was a lot of Ks walking. This is probably about 15 Ks. We've just condensed
into 5 minutes.
Into 5 minutes. But so we did all that. Then we went to the Smithsonian. I went to the castle.
Went to the
castle for lunch.
Yep, had some lunch there, and then just checked out the museum. So the guy, what was his name? William Smithson.
James Smithson.
James Smithson, and he donated all. He was like a scientist in England, and then he donated his.
He was the illegitimate son of a duke and stuff, and I think his mother had money as well, so he inherited a bit.
And then he left it all to the US to build the Smithsonian museums and stuff, and that's pretty much just grown into what it is today, which is a lot of different museums.
I think they said they have 17 museums around the world now. Most of them are located in Washington, DC.
But they're all free, so that was pretty good. So you can go and check out all the stuff. And we just checked out some of the stuff from there. The castle was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We went to the Air and Space Museum.
Yeah, Brady, do you want to walk us through the air?
Busy. A lot of space stuff. They had a mock-up. Well, I think they're replicas they use for testing.
Brady loves planes, if we haven't mentioned it before.
The moon lander.
He's an aerophile.
All the...
I like to say that he has an aero wank when he sees these things.
Yeah. Yep.
I've thrown him. What else was there, Brady? Tell me the planes that were there.
There was the X-1, the first aircraft to go supersonic. There was an X-15.
It was the first aircraft.
There was the first aircraft. Yeah.
The Wright Flyer.
Didn't go supersonic, but
barely even.
I think it went 800 feet or something.
59 seconds or something.
Yeah, 59 seconds of flying. That's pretty good. That was in like 1905 or something.
Oh, impressive.
And then like 15 years later, they had stunt plane competitions and stuff.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, true. There was some Spitfires, some Mustangs, some unmanned aircraft. The X-45 was there.
They had the UAVs.
UAVs.
The Predator drones and stuff up. They're pretty cool, interesting. But then they had the...
A lot of stuff about space, a lot of stuff about air travel. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, the space race was probably a quarter of the...
The cockpit from the... what is it? Discovery Space Shuttle.
Had the Hubble telescope there.
Oh, yeah.
Or a copy of it.
They had the...
Well, they copy. They're the ones they used to test before they put the proper one.
Yeah.
Just on that space race, there was a Russian guy, I think, who did the first ever spacewalk. They call when they go outside of the cockpit into space and then just. I mean, they say walk. I don't think he does any walking, but
Well, yeah.
he just goes outside.
The Russian one, they actually had a separate inflatable.
Yeah, so they
he
inflated it
out.
and then went into the chamber and then out into space and then came back into the chamber and then back into the cockpit. And he did a 20-minute spacewalk. And then the American guy, their thing was to just open the door into space, like depressurize the cabin, open the door into space and step out. Which is, if you're not the guy stepping out, and because there was two of them, the Gemini it was called, there was 2 seats. The other guy's taken all the risk with none of the reward, but he stepped out and he did a spacewalk for 21 minutes. Took the record.
Just to trump the
What a champ.
trump the Russian cosmonauts.
That's it. He was bored at 19 minutes. He was like, can I come in yet? The guy said, no, give it 2 more. But so it's pretty interesting. We saw a lot of cool stuff. Really busy. I would be an advocate for child-free days at museums. There was some issues. I had one kid trip over my foot and just plant into the ground, and I felt really bad, but it totally wasn't my fault. Anyway, as he fell and hit his face into the into the carpet, I tried to grab him, but because I was too slow, it kind of looked like I just shoved him into the dirt. And I was really sorry to his mum, but she was like, "That's fine. He does all the time." Like, all right.
There's 3 or 4 lost kid announcement as well.
Oh yeah, they do a lost child announcement, which was disconcerting the first time, and then after the end, it was like after the third one, it was like, who cares?
They just tell you there's a child lost, then comes pick
No
up
names,
the child. No
no
names, no
identification.
description. I assume so you can't go up there and get a free child.
Why would you though? Honestly, the state of that place. The parents would probably give you a child. I
Probably.
saw people fighting with their kids left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
I was going to put an announcement over for Brady. We lost him for a while.
Yeah, I think I was looking at the Starfighter.
Looking at some sort of plane. But then, after that,
So we spent about 4 hours there.
that's
So,
right. It was a long time, and we were pretty knacked by the end.
Yeah.
Braids was pretty into it, but me and Ryan were
we probably
feeling
we
it.
could have spent longer, but we were just tired from being on our feet all day.
Yeah, it'd been a long
Because
day.
we were planning on getting bike passes. Bike pass didn't work. Just
Yeah.
rejected our cards and said couldn't do it. So
Yeah.
we ended up just walking it all.
We watched it.
I didn't try to be honest, but I assume if the first 2 got rejected, I wasn't going to ride bikes around by myself.
You just dink us, one on the front, one on the back.
Yeah, maybe could have.
Could have joined the circus and had us all on your shoulders. I've seen him do that. We could have done it.
I've seen me do that.
We saw an interesting little video about a fighter jet pilot.
Yep, from World War Two. This guy was just telling a story about what he'd done during World War Two and about his last fight. And he was just saying that they were escorting bomber planes back from a successful mission, and they saw Japanese Zeros, their fighter planes, in the sky, and they hadn't seen them yet. But they knew if they didn't attack the Japanese, then the Japanese would see the bombers and just take them out of the sky. So I think his leader and him went to attack, and there's obviously some others went up as well, but some of the crew just decided that they needed to get out of there because there was too many Japanese Zeros. And they got the first shot, so they took out a few, but he said he got 5 confirmed kills and 1 probable, which sounds pretty impressive to me. But he said for his last 2, he saw the one coming, told us how he was lining it up, and fired and just blew up. And as he flew through the debris, he saw the wingman of the Japanese fighter lining him up, but he realized that the Japanese fighter had overthought it and was thinking too far ahead, like he'd already got the kill. So he just told about how he put out his flaps and slowed down his thrust, slowed down and let the other guy pull level with him and eventually overtake him. And as he went past, he looked at him, and the guy was looking at him, and they both knew it was kill or be killed. But the Japanese guy knew it was gone, because whatever he did, he was gonna get shot down or crash. So he shot him down, and then basically he said he was lit up for the other Japanese Zeros, and felt the first bullet take off his watch after passing over his shoulder, and the second bullet took out his instrument panel. So he just ran to the wingtip, pulled his parachute, swam 8 miles to shore, where he was survived 2 days before being taken by natives, then got traded for a bag of rice, and was eventually picked up by some sort of Australian coastal service or something, and returned to the base. And then this guy was just a reservist, so when he got back to the United States, it was done. And then they called up to re-enlist him. He's like, "Oh, I'm just a reservist. Like, what's going on?" And they're like, "Well, we want to give you the Medal of Honor for what you've done." And then he basically said how he didn't think he deserved it, and didn't hold it against the guys that took off, but he just couldn't live with himself if he didn't stay and fight, because the bombers would have been helpless, and there's 2 men in each of those bombers. It was very impressive, and sort of just makes you think about how lucky we got it, I guess.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. They had a lot of stuff going on at the Smithsonian, and then the 10 of those, well, 17 was it?
I think it's 12 in Washington DC.
You could just spend ages. And then after all that, we decided we needed a beer desperately, and something to eat, because we'd just been looking and reading and learning, and it was a bit heavy for us. So we went to this place, and
the Alibi.
Well, we went to a place first, and it looked good because the menu was pretty cheap. They had some pretty good stuff on there. And so we went in and asked for a beer each, and the guy said, "Can I see your ID?" Showed him the ID. He said, "This is no good. We need a passport." Like, well, we definitely don't just carry our passports around.
Yeah, and he then told us it was Washington law, state law, that to do it.
We couldn't do it, so we said, "All right," and we picked up our stuff and left. Went next door to the Alibi, which was like a British pub.
Yeah.
Didn't even get asked.
Which is not affiliated with the one from the Netflix US TV show Shameless. If anyone's wondering.
We went in. No one was wondering. We went into the.
I'm on season 4. I thought possibly that could be it. Then I realised we were in Chicago.
We went to this bar and didn't even get asked for ID. Got served by, I think that guy was Irish.
Yeah.
He recognised us as Australians. Had a couple of Guinnesses and a beef stew with mash.
For me.
Fish and chips for Raz.
We had an avocado deviled egg. Raz and I did.
That'll be good.
Half an egg each you had.
Half an egg.
Paid $3 for that half an egg.
Half an egg.
But yeah, so, and we had that, and then we...
Highly recommend if you're in Washington. It was good.
The Alibi, yeah, and then that guy was really good for...
he was really funny and friendly. It was
yeah,
great.
and he was also recommending other good places to go, which is good. So
even in New York, because we told him we're going back to New York tomorrow.
Yeah, he said Ulysses Bar in New York, so stay tuned, we might make it there. Maybe, depending where it is. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Now we're just back at the hotel. We've been walking our asses off today, so we're pretty knacked.
Found some sweet parking right outside of our apartment, so we're pretty stoked with that little finish up.
Don't have to get the car till 9:30. Bingo.
Yep, and I mean that's it. Have you guys got anything you want to add?
Nah, Washington was cool. I could see how... obviously, we should have spaced out what we did a little bit more. Just because we did a lot today. You could easily space that. But I'm not sure how much there is to do outside of what we did.
You could do... I mean, because we went to the monuments, but we just sort of looked at them and whatever. But you can book tours for them and stuff, which it's probably got a lot more information and stuff.
You do have to book a long time in advance, though.
Oh, dear.
For some of it. For, like... the Capitol building, I think. Oh no, the Capitol building it might be okay with, but the White House tours and stuff. That's you have to go to your embassy, and for the Americans, you have to notify your congressman at least 21 days and up to 3 months in advance. So like.
Oh, I just meant like the Lincoln and all that stuff.
The Lincoln one was good.
The
Lincoln one was really impressive, actually.
Yeah, that was really good. So. Pretty cool, pretty interesting stuff, pretty busy, but that's pretty much it. I mean, we didn't record throughout the day because it was, number one, it was cold as shit. Yeah. It was real cold. It was about top of 8 today or something, or?
Yeah, I think it snowed a little bit this morning.
Yeah.
It wasn't making it to the ground, but I saw some sort of drops floating down.
I felt something on my face, thought it was rain, but
they were like
it wasn't wet.
Down, so I think it had to be snow rather than rain.
But then, so it was cold, it was noisy and windy, and so we didn't do any recording. And I mean, there's my back, but I mean that's it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning we're going to hit the road, get back to New York.
Yep. Find someone to set off some fireworks along the way.
We've got to get those fireworks.
Yeah, that's not allowed to use it in New York City, so we'll have to do it along the way.
And then
look out, Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. We're going to go to New York. get ourselves a bagel, some pizza.
So
Braids and I.
Reuben sandwiches.
Reuben sandwiches. Braids and I bought tickets to the basketball, so that'd be pretty sweet.
Musical?
There's a musical
I think Megan's
potentially.
already got tickets
Bulls
for us.
versus Nets, if anyone cares.
Do you care?
I care.
You don't even know.
I do.
I could take you anywhere, and you wouldn't. I wouldn't either. Like, I'm not saying I would, but I'm just saying you also don't. You're a keen basketball fan.
Full-fledged.
You normally
fan.
don't even follow any sports.
Yeah, basketball,
Unless it's like
ice
motor
hockey,
racing,
I'm
maybe.
all for it.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the guy that I've taken. Like, we've gone to the football, the AFL footy together before, and he's turned to me after like half a game and said, "How do they get the logo on the grass to look 3D?"
You see, we follow the Bulldog. Like, when we go, it's normally a Bulldogs game, and they're so low scoring, I just lose interest.
Yeah, grand finalist 2016.
A big burn with the the two openers they've had as well. Bottom of the ladder, mate.
Yeah, obviously we didn't go to those matches. We went to different ones, but whatever. All right. Okay, well, fuck you guys. I'm gonna sign off on that note.
For Bulldogs teams, but you weren't here this year.
So we just dropped the car off, the rental car in New Jersey, at the airport. We've been driving all day, haven't really done much. Stress levels are moderate, moderate to high, I would say. We're just waiting on an Uber. It's pretty cold. There's ice all over the ground everywhere. Snow. And I mean, that's it. What do we do? Ryan woke up crook today. He's got a bit of a flu or something.
Did we mention it's cold?
It is cold,
It's
yeah.
cold.
I would probably say this is colder than when we camped in the national park. You reckon?
Yeah.
It's pretty cold.
I'm still pretty comfortable.
I'm not too bad, but it's only because we're undercover. Like, there's no walls, but we're undercover. So we just dropped the car off, no worries, and now we'll get back to the apartment, and that's it. I mean, there hasn't been much going on today. We'll pick it back up in New York. All right, so we made it to New York, safe. I think we talked about that earlier.
I'm fine.
Oh, sorry, Megan. Megan can represent herself on the podcast, but we've made it to the apartment. She's just pointed out that Ryan is not safe because he's accidentally got the flu.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a cold. I'll be fine.
He's got a sexy voice though, husky,
Almost matches my hair.
almost.
He got it from the bear, the flu.
Bear
The
flu.
bear didn't eat him.
He's got bear flu. Nah, this one did.
Well, no, because they pass it on to people.
It was a.
No, they don't, you dickhead.
It was a
Yes, they
human
do.
female
no,
bear.
they don't come from bears.
Yeah.
And the bear got it from it was
Pigs.
swine flu. The bear got the flu from the
Man,
swine.
bear pig.
I'm pretty sure bears have never had flu before. Let's look it up.
Well, not anymore because they're giving it to Ryan.
Okay, yeah, true.
Anyway, so we're at the apartment. Brady and I went for a slice of New York pizza.
Pretty
Good.
They do
Buffalo
the
chicken.
bases perfect.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very good.
it's like it's been in a pizza oven.
It was delish. We could even go back and get more. I'm pretty sure that place was open like all night.
Probably.
Not that we
and
need to, because we had a
Tons of
delicious.
celebrities go there.
Braden,
They're like in pictures of all
don't
different
get
kinds
sucked
of
in by the
celebrities.
pictures of celebrities on the wall.
Adam Sandler.
You've been sucked in, mate.
Schwarzenegger.
It's bullshit. Did you see that? There was one by Usher that was signed in 2001.
Oh yeah, the photos were.
Crap.
Oh,
I don't believe that.
Does all of this
Even
stuff
it might be they've gone to that chain, but they wouldn't have gone to that specific restaurant. Maybe I'd
Apparently,
say
there's only three of those restaurants in New York.
I reckon this is the best one in New York.
Yeah, but everyone would say that. You ever
Yeah.
been to a pizza
realise-
competition?
you realise we've got the best laundromat, coin laundromat in New York as well.
Near the best pizza shop. I assume the photos of the celebrities in the laundromat too.
So we're
Well,
Well,
just.
if you ever go to back smash, I got a pizza oven, and that's the best pizzas ever.
All the
So-
celebrities are in Midtown or Upper West Side because they're rich.
We're quite close to Central Park, where we are, at the apartment. We had some beautiful Swedish meatballs cooked by Megan and Ryan,
Mainly Megan. I don't
mainly
eat too
Megan,
much.
which was good, really good. And we've just been chilling. So, we got the car away safe, no scratches and problems. That was pretty good.
Yep.
And then
I got a little receipt, yeah.
we got a lift
Ticks
driver.
everything as no damage,
Lift
no
drive was
acronyms.
Lift drive was good.
Spoke more English than the first lift
Mm.
driver we had.
Was very friendly. Blinker.
Did take and make phone calls, but
You made a lot of phone calls, yeah.
They were wireless, hand free. He's fine.
yeah, oh yeah, no.
Oh, he was in the car. We were in the car for an hour with him, so
Yeah.
he's probably got other
Probably
things.
telling his wife to not make dinner yet.
yeah. But I mean, that's pretty much it. It's been pretty much just travelling, and then we got to the place. Braids and I experienced a real New York pizza slice. It was
Yeah.
pretty good. And then he
Maybe-
stole someone's coffee at Dunkin' Donuts.
What? Well, maybe.
Megan's just looking daggers at him.
Says the person who walked out on a Hanson snow blitz.
True.
Defend yourself.
True.
You were supposed to pay. I never pay for anything. That's what
You
you're for.
So I don't know
disappeared.
if we mentioned this at all.
No, you
But
did not so far.
We did wait a big long time for a snow blitz, which is like shaved ice, with all sort of flavourings and stuff, which is delicious,
they
mind you.
make
Like,
their own flavour, all their own flavourings. Syrups.
and they've got like fruits, different fruit. I had a mango passion fruit one.
Yeah, they had a wedding cake flavour. We didn't try that one, but it sounded cool.
Coffee,
Spearmint.
chocolate, all sorts of like anything you can think of. Really, they had a lot.
Yeah.
And then you could also get like toppings and stuff, like ice cream, and you could get condensed milk on there, and then like, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, it was delicious, but it was a long wait to get it, and then we finally got through it all. And Megan got hers and just left the store, didn't pay, but didn't tell Ryan that she had to
And
pay.
I thought I was paying, but I thought she would have waited in the store, and so I thought maybe Brady had paid for hers because she went up at the same time Brady was paying. And then, so I paid for just mine, walked out, and Megan's like, "I didn't pay."
Criminal.
Yeah.
So what do you say to defend yourself?
I feel no shame.
You could have had a free. I mean, you waited for probably 40 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
So you should have had a free one.
Got paid for my time.
We went back in and paid.
He did, yeah. I mean, they did pay in the end, but
Back to Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts where Braden's
I
Braden
thought
robbed the store.
I thought I'd try an iced coffee, which I ordered. Hazelnut, not a hazelnut.
Caramel.
It was caramel. It was an iced latte with hazelnut.
Caramel.
Caramel.
What's wrong
I
with
don't
you?
know what it was.
It's been a long
And
day.
then I paid for it, you know, the whatever. And then about
Did you take note of that, Megan? You paid for it.
about 10 seconds later, they're like, iced hazelnut. What is it? Iced caramel latte. I was like, oh, good. Picked it
Did
up.
you
It
say
was hot.
latte or did you say iced latte when you ordered?
Iced latte, I assume. But I have no idea.
I heard you say iced.
I heard it say yes, and I'm sure when she called it out, she said iced, and I thought, oh, and it came out really quick. But we'd gone to Dunkin' Donuts in some other place this morning, and she gave me the coffee before I even finished paying. So I thought, oh, maybe they're just
But you got one of the
that
ones
was a
that
brewed.
Pre-brewed.
pre-brewed.
Yeah.
Rather than the
Ryan got a
espresso.
made one.
So I don't know. I could have just taken someone's order. No idea. But they would have had to order the same thing because it was the
No,
same
no,
size.
but mention the
but
thing.
not iced.
What was the
Admittedly,
difference?
it wasn't
The
iced.
main difference was it wasn't iced. So you had a hot
Yeah,
coffee.
well, the other thing is English doesn't seem to be the first language here everywhere, and I
I don't think it's your first language. You keep saying hazelnut
Yeah,
instead
well,
of caramel.
yeah, that's it. But I don't. I assumed hazelnut is iced. It's been a long day.
It wasn't hazelnut
It's
though.
just
It
syrup,
was
though.
That
caramel.
was caramel.
I don't know what
Caramel's
this-
what I ordered.
Okay.
Anyway,
There you go. So
Also, I'd like to play some of the sounds of New York.
New York.
No, that was
From
put
our
on.
oh,
past.
yeah, bullshit. That's bullshit.
Also, keep in mind
Yeah.
we live next door to a hospital.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, yeah. Well.
why would you
Oh,
want
for
to
the
design?
sound. I thought you meant
It-
like be quiet, so we don't disturb the hospital.
Oh
This is New York.
Someone's relatively,
no. Wait till they start
changed.
into the horns.
Oh, we had that one too. This
Okay,
is only
that's-
one time.
No.
Oh, is it annoying? Is it getting
Well, we're
annoying?
gonna
'Cause
have-
this is the sounds of tonight.
I just don't think you should make the podcast listeners listen to that more than they have to.
Well, you're gonna have to listen to
You're
it.
going to lose our 2 viewers.
I've watched it multiple times, if that's what you're.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you.
get the views up.
Yeah,
Good job.
Yeah.
Did you listen to episode 3?
Yeah.
Then you lied to me.
No,
Did you listen to episode 4?
There's no episode for you.
Oh, good. I tested you. Well done.
Finding the loopholes.
I tried to catch
We
it.
also re-listened through YouTube just to get the hits up.
Yeah, we get the hits
Tell
up.
I don't
people.
know if you rewatched on the same Google account as it counts as an listen.
I don't know.
It does.
I'm still
If you
yet
reload
to
the page, it does.
Oh.
I'm still yet to discover if a hit counts as just potentially accidentally clicking on it or going through to the end.
And people immediately try to get away.
As soon as you
Throw
start
the
playing it,
throw away
that's
their
okay.
whole computer.
This whole thing on? Or
Yeah, this is unedited. This is raw footage, director's cut.
Can we get another?
Would you like- what have you got to say about it?
It's not very well structured or focused.
That's what the
That's
beauty.
going into
That's
the
the
opener.
beauty. That's going to be our new opener.
Would you like to talk about your lab mates meeting?
No.
Don't.
Don't worry, they don't listen.
I know they don't.
No, we've got international viewers, I assume.
Yeah, we made somebody listen to it.
Yeah, I'm international.
That's true.
True.
You're almost interspecies.
Do you want to tell everyone about how excited you are to stay here?
Oh,
I'm very excited to stay here.
should we do it? Should we discuss the toilet experience here?
One comment is all you get. So
Each?
this better be a good one. Yeah.
How many wishes do we
How many? In one word, how would you describe the toilet experience?
Me,
Yeah.
cramped. For all its meanings.
Yeah. Because
What would
I
you
feel
can't
like,
have my word.
well, I feel like cramped covers
No, but
multiple.
you can have another word, a separate word.
Yeah, this is your one comment, and then
What's
we
your
forget
one
about
comment?
it.
Mind you, a comment doesn't have to be one word. I don't know why you made that.
No,
rule.
one word.
She didn't
You have
say
to
that.
sum.
You
the-
could say whatever.
Well, you have to sum the toilet situation in one word.
You can't even get the right word for your
No.
latte, mate. So I don't know why you're going to
My
try to do it.
hazelnut caramel latte minus the hazelnut.
Minus the ice.
Minus the ice. Yeah.
Can I get ice?
For
But I want
name-
the
for
ice
the
heated
name
up.
of Sinbad.
All right.
I'm just gonna go with experience.
You can't.
Toilet experience. Well, it's
That's your
interesting.
comment. Is
Yeah.
experience.
It's well. First of all, I'm
Not
gonna
even an
explain it.
adjective.
I'm gonna explain it to it.
Some context.
Let's go.
I
Like
love some context.
it's probably the whole. I'm gonna call it a wet room. To start with. You can.
It's a water
it's-
closet.
We'll start. There's the back, which is the shower, and then there's the sink and the toilet. And I reckon from door to back,
Rectangular room.
rectangular room.
Yep.
I'm gonna say 6 foot. If I laid down, I reckon I'd just not fit. By wow,
Your head.
What's the width?
3 foot,
Yeah.
Generous.
pushing on
Yes,
2.5.
please.
Is right for tomorrow's podcast.
The toilet is on an angle,
Yep.
just enough so your knees hairs brush the door and
The
the
wall.
wall.
It's on an angle because if you sat it like and sideways, it would go across the entire width of the.
Yeah, you'd have to clamber over the toilet to get
You
to the
already
shower.
do.
It's really hot in there
Maybe
because
you
the,
could just
the
do a
heating
sheer
has
shower.
to not heat over, so the pipes don't freeze. There's a procedure on the back of the door to follow if you're doing a number 2, which Megan will elaborate
No,
on.
I won't.
Oh, well, I can't remember. There's a lot of instructions.
Maybe we can
Too
take
many
a
to remember.
photo of it and make it the background for this episode.
I think
Yeah,
we should.
Yeah, we won't have a photo of New York or anything like that, or any of the snow here, or Central Park. We'll have a photo of Megan's handwritten note on the back of the toilet.
Did it help?
Well, paper doesn't grow on trees.
Well,
I know.
it would have helped had I run out of toilet paper, but you got that covered as well.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, Megan's bought
48 rolls.
48 rolls of
maybe
toilet paper.
maybe we could do like one of those collages of.
No, it's good
And that
toilet
could be the
paper.
back. Not of the. No, pictures
Oh, okay.
relating to the toilet
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
as the background for the.
And now we don't talk about the toilet again.
That's it. The one comment. Brady's word was experience.
Experience. Cramped experience. Merge them together. We got ourselves a situation.
What do you make of all this?
I think I've used my comment previously.
We're over it now, right?
Yeah.
Used to.
I mean,
I
it's.
can still sit
think
down
of
in the shower.
Brady did approve because it was just a shower and not a shower bathtub.
no.
So
Fucking bath.
it had that going for it.
Like where were we at the last place?
Every
All
place.
They
Yeah,
still put a
yeah.
bath in, even if it's not long enough for a bath. They'll
No,
make a bath.
no one's having a bath at a seedy motel. Let's be honest.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
Unless
like
you're
shower
taking out
curtains.
someone's
It's
kid.
got like a baby or something.
I was
Like
amazed.
a
the
child,
last
like a
place.
kid you have to wash.
I reckon only if you're taking out someone's kidney.
You could take out the kid's kidney when you're washing it.
Probably worth more.
No, it's
So
Yeah, the last
you-
place the bath was probably 3.5 feet long. No,
You could put a
the
baby in
imperial
there.
units we use now.
Brady loves measuring things.
Measuring things.
So, I mean, that's probably where we'll wind up tonight. But I think tomorrow night we're going to go for 35-cent wings, which
Plus tax.
which which have been informed is an absolute trap because everyone turns up for 35-cent wings.
Plus tip.
plus tax.
Tax.
And you got to add on the tax, add on the tip, and by the end of the day,
And you
you've
buy a drink.
and you have to buy a drink, and you also have to give them your firstborn son.
Yeah.
Which is good because I want to get rid of mine anyway. I think it'll be a dud.
Oh really? How old is he?
What?
But yeah, so there you go. We got
Megan's
lots
only
of.
promised to kill my firstborn anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This podcast.
This is getting this is getting into uncharted territory, and I reckon we steer clear of this. So there you go, Megan. Have you enjoyed your time on the podcast today?
Yeah. I think
Fabulous.
so. I'm
This
being
is-
well behaved.
This is part of the trap. We're going to lull her into a false insecurity and then just roast her.
I know you voice recorded me while I was talking on the phone to the sauce.
What'd
No,
you
I
say?
didn't.
We didn't really. After
I
you said it, we
wasn't-
thought that would have been a good idea.
I wasn't quick enough to do it.
You made me repeat it 3 times. I know you've got it on.
Repeat what?
You know what I said?
Don't know what you said.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Did we actually make her say something 3 times?
Nah,
I don't know.
I think she's crazy.
Was it when I told you that we were coming back a few days later?
Yeah. No. You asked me how I was going without the sauce, and I said.
I don't
We
know.
don't know what you said.
Oh, okay. You didn't listen to me. That's fine.
Well, we
Let's
certainly
cut-
didn't record it.
Okay.
Now we need to know.
Let's cut this shit out of the podcast because this is definitely rambled on for too long.
Yeah, I know, right?
I like it. Keep it in.
Is this it? Is this the last podcast?
Megan,
Well, we might do some while we're travelling, right?
Megan, do you want to sign out?
We're going to do a tour of all the
Dun,
Dunkin'
dun,
Donuts. I
dun,
steal
dun, dun, dun,
What
dun. That's from that TV show we used to watch together. Remember?
the...
On the Sunday night.
Megan's still sober.
Monday night. You know that show?
Who
We
used to watch it?
Oh, fuck off.
Who used to watch it?
We used to watch it together.
Comedy
The
show in
guy
Sydney.
when he used to come in.
Oh,
Yeah.
John.
We should definitely cut this shit out of the podcast.
Yeah. John Conway.
Yeah.
John Conway live.
John Conway.
John Conway live, and you know what happened to John Conway? He got super sick and nearly fucking died, and then like, he cancelled the show. And then the other guy, Aaron Chen, got on,
Bullshit.
and Aaron Chen, the little Asian guy,
Yeah.
he was running the show now called Aaron Chen Tonight, and he also did what did he do? He interviewed some soccer hooligans on ABC, and then he asked them some really I don't know what he can't remember what he said, but for whatever reason got in a lot of trouble, and then but made jokes about it on the show, and then for some reason that's not airing anymore anyway.
Dun, dun,
Pretty
dun,
funny.
dun.
But Aaron Chen had the best question ever. He was doing interviews and he went up to someone and asked them what's their favourite type of answer. And they just went, what? And that's not an answer. That's a question. Loved it.
So for some
What do
context,
you want?
this is a very low budget comedy show
Low budget.
run in Sydney.
They misspelt their titles wrong
Yeah.
on the
It
opener.
looked like it had been done with like Word 95 and like PowerPoint graphics.
Oh,
Probably better than you could have done.
Probably.
Whoa.
But I'm not a comedian.
our in-house heckler is
Soldier.
back. I love it. Anyway, so we're gonna wind it up there. I'm definitely not gonna go through this and edit it. So
We're going to bed.
we're going to bed.
Yeah, I'm
We're all
not
sleeping
sure.
in the same bed because there's not enough room
All right.
for 2 beds.
Schmego needs to do the sign off for us.
What do I say?
Whatever you want.
Not the last shit.
Good night and sweet dreams.
Oh, that's quite nice.
That's it. That's all I got. Fuck off.